breaking news in the Chicago sports world, Jim Boylan was just fired. He was a terrible coach.
Yeah, I was not surprised, and I was relieved that he was fired because they really need to find a new direction.
I mean, I really think he's like the main reason Larry Markkinen has degressed. Yeah. Since playing for Fred Hoiberg.
I mean, coming in the league, I mean, for rookie year, I mean, part of me thought he was going to be the next Dirk. I mean, the way he was playing.
And now Luka Doncic is the next Dirk.
He has not gotten better since his rookie year. Some would say he's regressed by that, but
I would say he has regressed.
Yeah, it was the right move by the Bulls.
But that throws out an interesting question, like, who's his replacement?
You know, a lot of teams, I'd say, if I can think about it, the teams that need a coach coming in this year, the Bulls, the Nets with their coach being the interim, Jack Vaughn, and then other teams that would need a coach would be probably, I think Minnesota still needs a coach.
They got Ryan Saunders.
Oh, yeah. I was thinking last year. Teams that still need a coach, those are the only two I can think of at the top of my head. So I think it's a good opportunity for the Bulls. If they're going to get a good coach, this is the year, because Chicago's a market that can get the best coach available. Because
Tom Thibodeau is the Knicks' new coach.
Oh, yes, I saw that. And I think that's a good hire for the Knicks. You know, they got a lot of young talent with RJ Barrett, Kevin Knox. So we'll see how that goes.
I mean, looking at it, Tom Thibodeau, that was just a horrible fit for him in Minnesota. I mean, Cat, Wiggins, Jimmy Butler, you would have thought that team would have been like at least a 4 seed in the West.
Yeah, I mean, it seemed like home court advantage in the playoffs was almost a guarantee, and then they were just like holding on for the 8th seed and eventually got it. But like that season was a failure regardless if they made the playoffs or not. And then next year, all the chaos with Jimmy, him wanting out, he gets traded to the Sixers. Just a horrible fit, and the chemistry. I mean, Wiggins has been traded since then, and I mean, yeah, they got Cat and D'Angelo Russell playing now, but I mean, a lot of dysfunction in Minnesota.
So once again, that brings in the interesting question, as I said, who will be the next head coach for the Chicago Bulls? I think they should bring back Phil Jackson.
That would be amazing. If
that's not going to happen.
It's not going to happen.
What is he, like 85? He's like 75 or something.
Yeah, something like that. But, yeah, I think that if you look at the next candidates, you know, there are a lot of good coaches who have proven they can be decent coaches that are
74. He's 74.
74, okay. So there are coaches out there, you can go the route like Jason Kidd, Ty Lue, Kenny Atkinson, who have been recent head coaches and had some success, but kind of left on bad notes. So you could bring them back and give them another chance. And then you could also look you could also go the college coach route. You know, teams that have just come off an unbelievably like Kelvin Sampson,
Dayton, Anthony
Grant,
Brad Underwood, Illinois,
Bobby Hurley of Arizona State.
See,
who knows?
Underwood, he's not leaving after Io and Kofi coming back. He's not leaving.
No
way.
He wants to stay for that, I'd assume.
Oh, for sure.
And then
he's gonna build an empire. Illinois is gonna be like the next Duke. Trust me on that. Brad Underwood's the best coach in the Big Ten besides like Tom Izzo.
Brad Underwood in the Big Ten?
Yeah. Besides Tom Izzo.
I would say, Chris Holtman's pretty good. I would say
he's Ohio State, right?
Yeah, Ohio State.
Matt Painter at Purdue is pretty good. He'd be number 2, so I'd say Underwood would be 3.
Yeah.
Matt Painter's a great coach. He's been there forever.
Yeah, he's been there a long time.
Greg
Gard of Wisconsin, maybe. I don't really know.
But if it was Bo Ryan, it would be higher, but Bo Ryan retired.
Oh, Mark Turgeon of Maryland, I'd say. I would say my top 5, in no particular order. Tom Izzo, obviously, 1. And then 2 would be...
I'd say Matt Painter.
And then 3 would be Mark Turgeon. 4 would be Brad Underwood. And then 5 would be...
I'd say Fran McCaffrey, number 5.
Fran McCaffrey, okay. Maybe
or Chris Holtman.
Richard Pitino, I think, is probably like 6 or 7.
I mean, Juwan Howard, we haven't seen him enough.
Really, all the coaches in the Big Ten other than like...
Izzo and Painter, they're pretty new.
Yeah, pretty new. And it's probably the best coaching power conference in basketball, in my opinion.
Really, over the ACC, who's got Roy Williams,
Well,
Coach K.
No, I'm saying like top to bottom, everyone in that league can coach. I mean,
Oh,
every
yeah.
team has like, even like Rutgers this year.
Yeah,
Like
they were good. Every team had a shot at the postseason at the March Madness this year.
Like every team in the last 3 years has at least had some kind of successful season, other than like Nebraska. But
Nebraska, I mean, Fred Hoiberg's their coach now.
Yeah,
and Fred Hoiberg's a great coach.
former Bulls coach.
Yeah, you saw what he did at Iowa State.
Yeah,
They were a powerhouse.
they would win Big 12 championships. He's definitely a college coach.
They would
but-
dethrone Bill Self.
Yeah, very disappointing experience as a Kansas fan. But yeah.
How are you a Kansas fan again?
My mom's dad went to Kansas, and some of my family's from Kansas. So yeah, not much of a history,
Well, I mean, Notre Dame's not really a basketball school, so.
no, gotta have my basketball school as well. But yeah, those are the candidates that I think.
So we have what? David Fizdale, the old Knicks coach. Dave Yorger, the old Grizzlies coach. What do you think about like a guy like Jason Kidd?
Jason Kidd.
That's an interesting one because he hasn't really had success in the league yet.
I mean, he's took the Bucks to the playoffs a couple times, but yeah, once he left and Budenholzer came in, I mean, you can tell if a coach was good or not once they bring the new coach in. If the success drastically grows up, which it did for Milwaukee, that's when you know it was the wrong decision by the coach. And I think that was the wrong hire. So Jason Kidd, is he completely unworthy of a second chance? No.
I mean, wasn't he at Brooklyn before?
Yeah, he was with the Nets before, but I think that I'm not saying he couldn't coach anymore. I'm just saying that he's probably not the best fit.